All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you. It is 9 minutes with me here on Facebook, IGTV, and YouTube. Make sure that you hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports and Instagram, Mike L Sports 1979. And of course, download and subscribe to my podcast, leave a 5-star review, and some feedback on all the major platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. We are here from Rosie's Corner on a Fish Friday, as per usual, and it is smelling good in here, man. They've got the pizza, they've got the wings, they've got the Fish Friday with your mac and cheese or coleslaw, and don't forget about the other themed food days during the week as well. Taco Tuesday, they've got their Pork Wednesday, and you can, of course, get food delivered. If you are in and around Central New York, this is a terrific place to go eat. Make sure you get off the Bartell Road exit, take a quick turn up Bartell, and then a quick right on Route 11. You're right here in front of the Brewerton Bridge. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs. The Lunas here are absolutely to die for. And of course, come on down and grab the Fish Friday today with your coleslaw or your mac and cheese. I want to talk a lot about college football's quarterbacks, and I think this could be potentially a group like we just saw get drafted in terms of Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and Sam Darnold. I think we could have, and there were others. There were Lamar Jackson and some others, but those were the big three in the draft a couple years ago. Now what we're having in college football is we've got a nice group here. Jake Fromm at Georgia, Justin Herbert at Oregon, Tua Tagovailoa at Alabama, Trevor Lawrence at Clemson, and I think you're going to have big years out of Justin Fields at Ohio State and even Shea Patterson at Michigan, considering that they're opening up the offense a little bit more in Ann Arbor with the new offensive coordinator and Josh Gaddis. I think this quarterback class has the chance to be absolutely special. Now, at the top of the class, I think you have to put Trevor Lawrence there. Isn't it incredible, though, that this guy is only a sophomore? And as we record this, last night, Trevor Lawrence competed for Clemson against Georgia Tech. And, of course, Clemson beat the living daylights out of Georgia Tech, as to be expected. But you're already seeing Trevor Lawrence in midseason form. This guy making some ridiculous throws over the top. His accuracy is unparalleled. And oh, by the way, Trevor Lawrence threw an interception, and he made a beeline for the defensive player and hit the living shit out of him in order to prevent a touchdown. Clemson, moments later, goes and gets I believe it was a 4th and goal interception. So Trevor Lawrence literally saved a touchdown. This guy right now, and they said it last year in the draft, if he was eligible, this guy would be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft in the spring. There's no question about it. It would have been the case last year as well, according to a lot of NFL draft experts and all the rest. But Trevor Lawrence, I think, does in fact lead the class. Then I move down to the number 2 spot, and I look at Tua Tagovailoa. This guy, he has incredible arm talent. You hear that a lot from scouts in terms of arm talent. And what that really means is just the flat-out arm being able to do absolutely anything that it wants. And Tua Tagovailoa, I think, has a lot to prove this season. Can you believe it? Alabama, of all programs, might have the most to prove, which is asinine to think about. But they got drubbed in the national championship game last year. Nick Saban absolutely revamped his staff. I just mentioned Josh Gaddis, who's now the offensive coordinator at Michigan. He revamped his staff. They got pounded in the title game by Clemson and Dabo Swinney's group. Trevor Lawrence, of course, was there. Travis Etienne and Clemson. They just ran the hell over Alabama. So now the Crimson Tide comes back, and I know they lost Dylan Moses on defense. That's a huge loss. He's gone for the year. Their best defensive player, their defensive leader. But my goodness, Tua Tagovailoa throwing to Jerry Jeudy and company. Alabama probably has, if you think about it, 2 or 3, maybe 4 guys who are NFL quality receivers. Jerry Jeudy, I think, the best receiver in the country right now going into this 2019 season. I would put Tua Tagovailoa number 2 with his arm talent. You talk about some of that hybrid situation. He's almost kind of like a left-handed Russell Wilson. I do think, though, that Tua Tagovailoa needs to limit a little bit of his running ability, because I think NFL GMs are starting to see, he's already gotten banged up a little bit here. I think that it's going to be some kind of situation for Tua Tagovailoa at the next level where, he's going to have to kind of get a little bit less mobile, get a little bit more mobile in the pocket, and then become a really, really great pocket passer and only run when necessary. The thing is, when these guys see something break down, they get out of the pocket because that's the competitive nature of it. Oh, I got to go make a play. I got to go get a first down. I got to go scramble because everything is covered. And I understand that, and I'm okay with that. It's just the additional runs. You're just adding the chance to get hurt. So I'd put Tua there at number 2. I got to tell you, Justin Herbert at Oregon and Jake Fromm at Georgia, I think these guys are really neck and neck. But I'm going to go ahead and throw Jake Fromm in there at the number 3 position. I think he is the third best quarterback in college football. This guy, I think, is going to lead Georgia to the national championship this year. I know everybody's saying Alabama, Clemson. I went a little bit different in my college football preview. I picked Georgia to beat Alabama in the national championship game. Why? I don't know. I'm in the minority. I think it's hard to repeat for as much as we've seen Clemson and Alabama in the college football playoff. It is extremely hard to repeat as a national champion, so I took Clemson out of it for that reason. Alabama, when's it going to run out? I don't know. I just took Georgia. Georgia and Alabama don't face each other this year, but Jake Fromm is the goods in my opinion. He is incredible on the run. He uses the play action tremendously well. He's great hitting the tight end. He's fantastic in terms of checking down multiple guys. He's great hitting receivers over the top. And Georgia has one of the best offensive lines in America, much like Clemson and much like Alabama. So I'd throw Jake Fromm in there at the number 2 or 3. And oh, by the way, he's got another stellar running back at Georgia. Seems to be running back you over there at Georgia in D'Andre Swift. Remember, they've had Nick Chubb. They've had Sony Michel. They've had unbelievable running backs coming out of Georgia. And now D'Andre Swift apparently is the latest and greatest there. Remember, they have had Garrison Hurst. They had Herschel Walker in 1980, the last time they won the national championship. I'll go Justin Herbert at number 4, and let me tell you, Oregon is big up front. This is a big offensive line, another really great offensive line. Their defense is spectacular as well. The hiccup comes with Herbert. It's going to be, is he going to stay in there, and can he take a hit, and of course find the open guy after a few checkdowns. A couple of guys think that his football IQ, one more step is needed to take in terms of getting to the next level. I think he's really, really good. He's going to be a Heisman contender. I think Oregon's going to make the college football playoff, although every Pac-12 team, something always happens to them. They lose a game. They don't play great defense. We'll see, but I went a little bit out of the box and took Oregon to make the college football playoff. Now, there's another quarterback I wanted to mention, and it's Jalen Hurts. Remember, Jalen Hurts was at Alabama, but he got benched in favor of Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa gets hurt, and we know that the quarterback play, Jalen Hurts had an opportunity and all the rest. He has left Alabama. He is now at Oklahoma. He is playing in Lincoln Riley's incredibly fast-moving, crazy offensive scheme, and I think he's going to thrive. I think Lincoln Riley right now is one of the top 5 coaches in America, and Oklahoma has had quarterbacks galore winning the Heisman Trophy and utilizing that monstrous offensive line. Remember last year, it was Kyler Murray's turn to win the Heisman. They had a big offensive line. Cody Ford, who's now with the Buffalo Bills, was on that line. And then, of course, you have Baker Mayfield, who won a Heisman Trophy and was spectacular for the Sooners as well. So I think that Jalen Hurts is going to be fantastic. I would plug him in as the 5th best quarterback in college football. You got a lot of other guys to watch, though. You got the kid at LSU. You've got Justin Fields at Ohio State. Watch out for Shea Patterson at Michigan opening things up. This is going to be, I think, this quarterback class, it's going to be a big one next year and in the future in the NFL. So away we go with the quarterbacks. There's my synopsis on the top 5. I would go Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa, Jake Fromm, Justin Herbert, and then at the 5 spot, Jalen Hurts at Oklahoma. I'm Mike Lindsley here at Rosie's Corner. 9 Minutes with Me, brought to you by Rosie's Corner. Amazing place to come. Get your Lunas. They're delicious. I'm going to go grab one for lunch myself. They've got the pizza, the wings, hot and cold subs as well. And a few days left here in summer where you can go check out the ice cream truck as well. If you are in and around Central New York, check out Monday Cruise Night with the antique cars, Taco Tuesday, Wednesday Pork. You've got your Fish Friday and all the rest. They've got great salads in the cooler, awesome beverages, and take desserts with you. This place is spectacular. Rosie's Corner in Brewerton is the official pizza, wing, and ice cream shop of the ML Sports Platter. Thanks for watching 9 Minutes with Me on Facebook, YouTube, and IGTV. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.